In your opinion, which movies are overrated? Kim K's sex tape. It really is a lot more like Ray J's sex tape. It's a great comeback story. The ones many people like. But you don't. Sums up all the answers in one sentence. I mean, that is what the question asked. The Kissing Booth, all of them. They aren't even that good, but so many people like them. Although I have to agree with this, since I feel like it's such a cringy movie. I think the movie targets teenagers as their viewers since it's more relatable at that stage of their lives. Just my observation, as I see lots of teenagers on my feed getting giddy over it when the trailer's released. That's what I also think of To All the Boys I've Loved. It's one of those movies where you just watch one day and you think to yourself, I couldn't believe it when they announced the other movies. Like, how many times can you kiss at a booth? Prepare for a thread of contrarians listing every popular movie ever. These threads are literally always filled with Marvel, Fast and Furious and Star Wars. Same with every single what TV show is overrated thread being filled with The Walking Dead, Big Bang Theory and The Bachelor. To be overrated it must be highly rated in the first place. Fast and Furious. The first two movies were pretty good, but that's about it. Instead of revolving around the idea of racing, they went in with the typical bold tough guy beating and shooting the crap out of all villains. You forgot Tokyo Drift. So it's actually 3 movies about racing. What do you mean? They have runway stretches thousands of kilometers long. Avatar. Hands down. It's a solid 6, 8/10. Truly unexceptional and just below being good. Yeah, Avatar felt more like a tech demonstrator than anything else. One word: unobtainium. I wish more people would actually give their opinion, rather than just post popular movie and move on. Knowing that a person doesn't like popular movie isn't interesting. Knowing why they don't like popular movie is why I clicked on the thread. For me, Unbreakable. It's an interesting concept, but there's a quality to it that makes me think student film. There were just a lot of distracting choices, like scenes shot at unusual angles or character actions that didn't really seem to fit. That felt to me like an amateur director trying things out to see how they worked, rather than a polished, finished product. See, I felt the same about Unbreakable but really enjoyed Split and, to a lesser degree, Glass. But also James McAvoy's performance in them was fantastic, and I generally enjoy Anya Taylor-Joy's performances, especially after having first seen her in Thoroughbreds. It's one of the reasons I love the film. I think the cinematography takes the framing and ideas of comic panels and translates them into the moving images of cinema really well. And it does it in a much more interesting and organic way than say how Watchmen just copies its source material in lots of shots. Or Raimi's Spider-Man films have homages to certain panels scattered throughout. Dwayne Johnson films, like People You Can Like This Actor. He's fine, but please stop recommending random action films to me that I don't care about. Purely because they have some guy in them who I'm sure is quite nice, but like I don't care. It seems like he plays same person in every movies he's in. Is it just me, or is every single jungle tropical forest movie starring him now? Anything Purge. I enjoyed some of them, but I see where you're coming from. They are really trying to milk it for every dime they can. Haha. Yeah, and I fully anticipate there will be at least 2 more. The next will probably be the global purge and show the entire world doing a purge. And the one after that will either be the space purge, cause horror series always die in space, or the final purge, which could be one last show of violence as they hunt down everyone who wants to do the purge and kill them. Or they'll end the series only to revive it in 8 years. I know people who have made Star Wars their entire brand, and I just don't get it. Not to the point of everything you own being Star Wars and naming your kids Rogue One. Do you actually know of any kid named like this? I tried to like Star Wars, but I couldn't. It's just not as good as everyone makes it out to be. Didn't Avengers Endgame get rated as the 3rd best movie ever made or something? Can't get my head around that. Just kind of assumed that everyone was so invested in the 10-year progression that they couldn't say it was anything but one of the greatest. I liked it, but I'm not sure any superhero movie could be regarded as a GOAT movie. Infinity War was 10x better. The Dark Knight would like to have a word with you. Pretty Woman. What is so special about a hooker falling in love with her client? Because it plays to both male and female fantasies. The rich guy that a woman can change. The sexy woman who's still down to earth. It's a fun, easy movie to watch. In all fairness, she was only barely a hooker. 2019 Joker. It's good. Not great. Yeah, very overrated. His performance was good, but the rest of it was just meh. Taxi Driver is a solid watch. Joker is mostly inspired by it. Crash. It won an Oscar for Best Picture and it's freaking terrible. Crash, oh hey, maybe minorities aren't so bad. Thank you. What a piece of shoot that was. I was so pissed watching that. Got into plenty of debates over that crap. All Marvel movies. Thread over. I knew this answer would be here and I knew it would trigger me. Black Panther. The fights were a little exaggerated even for a superhero movie. The CGI wasn't the greatest either. I couldn't get over that this incredibly advanced civilization basically has a fight to the death mechanism for their leadership. Agreed. That movie was so hilariously overrated. I can't believe it got nominated for Best Picture.